Alright, real talk for a second. I'ma be honest with y'all. This past anime season was kind of weak. I was scrolling through the list week after week, looking for something to really grab me. And I was coming up empty. It was looking like a whole lot of mid, folks. But even in a dry season, you can find some diamonds. And the 5 shows I'm about to break down for y'all weren't just good. They single-handedly saved the season for me. This isn't the list of the best shows. This is the list of shows that earn my respect. We're counting down from 5 to my number 1 pick. Let's get into it. Now I'm gonna be honest, I had to replace number 5. That was Please Put Me On Takumi-san, cause I forgot about a GOAT. Uma Musume Cinderella Gray. Now, this anime completely caught me off guard. Cinderella Gray is one of those shows that looks like it's gonna be a simple sports anime. Then it hits you with layers you weren't expecting. We're following Oguri Cap, horse girl who's got serious natural talent, but she's brand new to the competitive racing scene. She's got the raw ability to be among the strongest, but she's got to prove it and work her way up from being a newcomer. This season masterfully captured the journey of someone with incredible potential having to earn, emphasis on earn, their place. What happens when you have the talent but lack the experience? What's the real cost of pushing yourself to live up to your natural gifts? And most importantly, how do you handle the pressure when everyone expects greatness from you? The answers hit harder than you'd expect from a show with cute horse girls. The racing scenes were absolutely incredible. The animation, the tension, the way they made you feel every stride. This wasn't just a sports anime. This was pure, and I mean pure adrenaline translated into art. Watching Oguri Cap discover what she's truly capable of was beautiful. Now, why do I love it? This show respects the grind of reaching your potential. Oguri Cap isn't just trying to win races, she's actively trying to prove that natural talent means nothing without the work to back it up. Now, I'm not saying she's saying all this. It's just that while she does have the natural talent, you always see her grinding. You see her soaking up knowledge, pushing herself to be better. She's constantly pushing herself to live up to her abilities, fighting against the institutions, fighting against expectations, fighting against, obviously, the competitors, navigating a world where being gifted is just the entry fee. You still have to earn the top spot. And that's the kind of character development I live for. That's the type of writing that really makes a sports anime fire. At number 4, we have Gundam QX. This show came out of nowhere and absolutely demolished my expectations. We're talking about a Gundam series that throws everything you think you know about the franchise out the window. The mechs are wild, the politics are messy, and the pilots, they're not your typical chosen ones. This season was all about survival in the most brutal sense, not just against enemy mobile suits, but against the very system that created these war machines. The animation was crisp, battles were visceral, and every episode left me wanting more. This is a Gundam for people who thought they were done with Gundam. It strips away all the pretense and gets back to what made the franchise legendary in the first place. War is hell, and the people fighting it are just trying to survive. The character development, in my opinion, is top tier, and the way they handle the moral complexity of war, chef's kiss. It's not about who's right or who's wrong. We already know who's right, Princess Celia or Kilia. It's about who you're willing to it's about what you're willing to sacrifice to protect what matters to you. That's the kind of storytelling that hits different. In my opinion, it's greatly beneficial to have watched the previous Gundam franchise, but you can still go into this series without knowing much about Gundam, and then you will have an appreciation for it, and you'll probably want to watch the other Gundam franchises that preceded this. I know I'm one of those people. Anyways, let's continue. All right, folks, coming in at number 3, and this is when people start crucifying me because it gets harder for the ranking to continue. So we got 2B Hero X. Season recap: this show is what happens when you let a certified genius off their leash. One minute, it's slapstick comedy. The next, it's soul-crushing deconstruction of celebrity and power. Then it flips into something magnificent. The season threw us through a loop, revealing that the good luck of one hero was literally born from the dying wishes of people who are plane crash victims, and that public opinion can be weaponized into a tangible, monstrous force called fear. Absolute madness. Why I love it? It's chaotic, brilliant, hilarious, deeply unsettling at times, all at once. It respects your intelligence enough not to hold your hand, but it's also not afraid to hit you with a poop joke. It's the kind of organized chaos I live for. You either get it or you don't. And that's what makes it legendary. I'm actually gonna go off the script on this one. One of the reasons why I love it is, it's the curses and it's the pros and cons that come with powers. So you get your powers from public opinion, but they also can imprison you with their public opinion. So, just starting off, you have teleporting powers, but the crowd wishes that you're always close to the homie. So whenever you teleport, instead of being able to teleport wherever the heck you want to go, you're always stuck with the homie? As a content creator, it's something I greatly live for, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes the toes on screen is not really all that. And there's someone's, everyone. No surprise. My settings are gonna mess up, but I think you guys can see it, right? There he is. There it is. It's no surprise that Lee is a foot homie. But I don't get excited every single time I see toes. But the people turned me into a monster, and I can't watch a TV show without toes and not react. Oh my god, toes, no reaction from Lee. Oh, Lee didn't screenshot the toes. It's like, yo, there's more to life than toes. I'm laughing as I say this, man. But there's actually significantly better examples. Now I'm in better shape, for example. And it's like people hold me to a pedestal. And now if I want to go back to drinking, I want to do some bad habits, I can't. Sometimes this is actually a good thing, like the example I just gave you. But I hope you can see how sometimes you build expectations, or people set expectations on you, and you can't be anybody else. What if I want to be smart now? Are you guys not gonna let me be, educated, smart, a serious individual? I can't. I'm stuck to the persona that I built this brand on, I really, really love this show for those kinds of reasons, but you'd have to watch it to get what I'm saying. But sometimes a power is a gift and a curse simultaneously, and it changes on the whims of people. You could be a strong ass girl, but when people see that you have a cute face, you lose your power. You're no longer strong anymore. Because people are like, oh, you're not supposed to be strong, you're cute. Ugh. And then now you're getting bodied by the villain. Let's continue. If you haven't seen 2B Hero X, you're like, what is Lee talking about? Watch it. Number 2, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Yeah, I was not looking forward to this anime when it first came. I was like, a spinoff of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, I like it, but it's just a very okay show with very good hype moments. Like My Hero Academia, the hype moments are fantastic. But outside the hype moments, it's often just very okay. People don't like hearing that. Okay is good too. Like it's just very good. But anyways, let's talk about it. The first season was the perfect setup for the grimy, street level hero work I love. We meet Koichi, a dude with a mid-tier quirk, but a S-tier heart, trying to do good in a world obsessed with official rankings. He links up with the hard-hitting knuckle duster and the wannabe idol Pop Step, but she is not a wannabe, she's actually a real idol. Anyways, and they start dishing out justice in the back alleys the pros ignore. This isn't about fame or glory, it's about cleaning up the block, one low-level thug at a time that the authorities aren't really paying mind to. Koichi is the embodiment of bloom where you're planted. He's not the chosen one, he's not blessed with insane power, he's just a guy who sees a problem and decides to be the solution. That's the grind. Going off script again, love Koichi. The dude is so relatable. I'm appreciating anime that have main characters who are adults, so I don't have to watch these stupid, cringe decisions that these kids do, and then you have to say, oh, but you don't understand, they're only 14 or they're only 15. If you give me a main character I don't want the excuse to be because they're a kid all the time. If you're the main character of a franchise, you should know what the F you're doing. You gotta be an adult. I don't care how old you actually are. You gotta think like an adult. You're the main character of a franchise. Do you know how much responsibility you're carrying? My boy Naruto had the whole village on his back. We don't got time to be thinking, oh, he's only 14, bruh. He's going on, he's fighting he's on S-rank missions, you know? And I'm off script, but that's the thing about anime. These kids are often put in adult situations. And when they make stupid decisions, the fandom will say, oh, but they're a kid. And my thoughts are, well, if they're a kid, they wouldn't be, if you're gonna hold them to the standard of being a kid, then they should not be in an S-rank decision. You have to have the mindset of an adult, basically, to be able to fulfill that mission. Once you're doing S-rank missions, you're an adult. To me, you know. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't let 16-year-olds go to war in this country, right? You're not an adult. At 18, you're an adult, and now you can go to war. But I know 18-year-olds make stupid decisions, so I see the hypocrisy in what I'm saying. But the point is, if you're dumb, I want to be able to call you dumb without people saying, oh, but they're a kid. They're dumb. They're dumb. I was dumb too. It's okay. But you're not allowed to call people dumb when you're reacting to media and such like that because they're a kid. You don't understand, Lee. If you were... Anyways, the point is, My Hero Vigilantes, they killed it. Which series does Lee pick as #1? So, we've picked Apothecary Diaries, season 2, fam. The show that carried the season on its back and just wrapped up everything in an incredible second season just yesterday, the time of this recording. Mao was back to her BS for the entire run, and I was here for every single moment of what she had going on. While everyone else is playing checkers in the Imperial Palace, she's out here playing Go, seeing 10 moves ahead. The season got less about straight up poison mysteries and more about the slow burn rot of political maneuvering. We saw her navigate the court power dynamics, get tangled up in Jinshi's web, and solve problems with that signature blend of genius and pure unadulterated spite. It was less who done it and more about who's about to get systematically dismantled by a sarcastic apothecary, you know? What really elevated this season was watching Jinshi finally start to get more forward with his feelings, getting called out, revealed as him. We already know he's him, but more and more people are acknowledging that he's him. And Mao getting pressed against that frog, she knows he's him too. The man went from subtle hints to actually making moves. And you can see Mao slowly warming up to the idea that maybe, just maybe, this isn't just political maneuvering. The way they've become comfortable around each other while still maintaining that beautiful slow burn romance, chef's kiss. Wow, I love it. If you haven't got it by now, the show is a masterpiece in quiet power and political maneuvering. Mao is a strategist who doesn't need a sword. Her mind is her weapon of mass destruction. She's surrounded by vipers and she moves like a mongoose. Ooh. Y'all know I respect a character who can win the war without ever having to raise their voice. That's real strength. But we know Mao will dish out hands when she needs to, but she can't do that to Lady Shenmei because Lady Shenmei is OP. But anyways, romance aspect is beautifully crafted. It's not rushed. It's not forced. It's just two incredibly intelligent people slowly realizing they're perfect for each other. It's not rushed. Jinshi has slowly realized it. Mao, not so much. But she's warming up to the idea. Jinshi's character development this season, phenomenal. Showing vulnerability while still maintaining that regal presence. And Mao, she's still the queen of, I don't have time for your nonsense, but I'll solve your problems anyways. In a season full of forgettable shows, this one was unforgettable. The political intrigue, the character development, the slow burn romance that actually felt earned. This is how you do it, hands down. And I just want to throw out again with the Apothecary. Jinshi-sama, the homie, has become, he has risen highly on my ranking. Mao, she there. But I don't even clock Mao like that. It's all about my homie Jinshi. First of all, he's a beautiful man, right? It's not rushed. And it's like, that's it. It's not rushed. He's a beautiful man that will kill niggas, dog. Yo, he'll just show up and murder you with the sword, man, blocking bullets, jumping off of tall ass buildings like it's nothing. Yo, it was actually in season 1. It wasn't even season 2. It's just that I started watching season 1 while I was also watching season 2, so I kind of got it blurred together. But in season 1, he had Malmo. He jumped off a goddamn wall. It was like 8 feet, like it was nothing. He's really him.
It's not rushed.
You have to stop watching this if you haven't finished the season. But I'm gonna try not to spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil it. There is something that happens to Jinshi.
It's not
Malmo
rushed.
was like, you know what? You don't even need to worry about that because you're more manly, and that will allow people to see you as more than a pretty face. Like,
it's not rushed. It's not
when he
rushed.
does these incredible feats, you won't be surprised after you see his current look. But that pretty boy Jinshi, you're not expecting him to throw hands like that, you know? That's not exactly what she was saying. I'm just trying to maneuver around without spoiling it for you guys. But nah, he's a really dope character. So that's the list, the 5 shows that stood out in what I would call a pretty mid-season. These are the ones that hit all my marks: strategy, underdog grind, psychological depth, and the characters who built their own damn thrones. Folks, I just want to point out, To Be Hero X is number 3. It has a lot of the hype, but I should have said this at the time of the recording. Actually, I'm just gonna move what I'm gonna say. All right, so anyways, guys, thank you for checking out my top 5. Until the next reaction, guys, or until the next video, subscribe if you haven't. If y'all want to hear more takes on any of these individual shows, just let me know and I'll break it down what I thought and so forth. I plan on doing this more often on the channel.
It's not rushed. It's not rushed.
So, back to be Hero X.
It's not rushed.
Why it's not higher on the list, even though it has these dope settings or these dope battles and stuff like that.
It's not rushed.
It kind of throws me off that they keep changing characters. Like, I'm here for Nice, I'm here for Luck, I'm here for Queen, but I had to watch Isol for a bit. I'm not really invested in Isol like that. The storyline was dope, and now we're working on a new girl, and we're gonna see. But like, as soon as you start bonding with the character, they kind of change. So
it's not rushed. It's not rushed. It's not rushed. It's not rushed.
It's more like, it's not like I'm choosing To Be Hero X. It's like I'm choosing
the
Nice arc. You know what I mean? Like, the season ended. Like, To Be Hero X, the seasons are worth 3 or 4 episodes. You know what I mean? Every 3 or 4 episodes, you get a new character. It's like starting the season anew, right? So that just kind of throws me off from
it's not rushed.
The perspective where I compare it to Vigilantes or any of the other shows on this list, where it's like, I want to bond with the characters or go on a journey with that character. You keep changing the cast too much. It's still a great product, but that is what takes it from being like number 1, number 2 for me. But it does make a number 5 because it's still overall a great product. But I would like to see my favorite characters and just stick with them, you know? And that's it.